knew that there was baby mama drama in the Bible? Like, hey child, and welcome back to Slay and Pray with me, your girl, Melissa Renee. So today I'll be coming from 1 Samuel, okay? So this is the time before Israel had any kings, okay? And there was this man named Elkanah. Now, Elkanah had two wives, one being Hannah and the other one Peninnah. Now, Peninnah was a very, very petty woman, okay? And she was petty for the simple fact that she had children and Hannah didn't have any because Hannah was barren. And so Peninnah would provoke her and bully her for that simple fact. Just being petty. Like, who knew that there was baby mama drama in the Bible? Like, child, anyways. And so this went on for years. Like, she bullied her for years. So naturally, Hannah was hurt when Peninnah would, say things and throw her kids pretty much in her face. Like, I got kids, you don't, being petty, just being petty. So Hannah would cry, and there were times where she wouldn't eat or drink anything because of it. And their husband would give, Peninnah a portion of meat for her and her sons and daughters. But to Hannah, he would give a double portion because he loved her. Like, he loved her, I'm pretty sure, more than Peninnah. But he would try to comfort Hannah too. Like, he would try to figure out what's wrong. Like, Hannah, why are you so sad? Why are you, crying? Why aren't you eating or drinking? Aren't I better to you than, 10 sons? He was trying to find a way to comfort her, pretty much saying, like, we got each other. Isn't that should be enough, right? But, being a woman who desires kids, no, that's not enough. I'm sorry. It's not. And let's get on the personal level real quick. I have endometriosis, and I'm to the point where it's a possibility that I would not be able to have kids. And being able to relate, kind of, is like, I understand, where she could be coming from with, wanting something so bad and her not being able, and me not knowing for sure if it's a possibility for me anymore. But so I get it. But after he would come and try to comfort her and everything, she would go ahead and she would, eat and drink or whatever. So one day Hannah went to the temple to pray, and she was praying to God, like, Lord, please, if you give me a son, I'll dedicate him back to you, And the priest Eli was sitting there, and he saw Hannah, and now Hannah was praying in her heart, so her lips were moving, but there was no sound coming out. So because of that, Eli thought that Hannah was drunk, and he said to her, woman, how long are you going to stay drunk? Put away your wine. And Hannah's like, no, I'm not drunk. I'm just a woman who is deeply troubled. I have not been drinking wine or beer. I was just pouring my soul out to the Lord. And Eli said to her, go in peace, and may the Lord of Israel grant what you have asked of him. The next morning, Hannah got up, she worshiped God, and she went back home, and her husband made love to her, and God remembered her. So soon after, Hannah became pregnant, and she gave birth to a son. Now, when Hannah finished nursing the boy, she took him in a small offering back to the temple. And when she saw Eli, she told him, I was the woman standing here praying to God. I prayed for this child, and God has granted me what I've asked of him. And now I give him, back to the Lord. I dedicate him back to the Lord, for his life shall be, given over to God. And so the boy stayed there, lived there, and he worshiped God. Each year at the annual sacrifice, Hannah would make the boy a new robe and give it to him. Eli the priest would come and bless Hannah and her husband, saying to them, "May the Lord give you children by this woman to replace the one she has prayed for and dedicated to the Lord." Now, Hannah went on to have 3 sons and 2 daughters. The boy Hannah dedicated name was Samuel, and he went on to become a great prophet of Israel. He was the one who anointed King Saul and King David. So, what can we take away from this story? That God's timing is always the right timing. All we need to do is trust in Him, keep our faith, and when the time comes, when His time comes, then everything will line up according to His will and purpose for your life and for mine. Thank you for joining me. I will see you guys next time for more Makeup and Ministry. Bye, babes.